like the April sun on a perfect day, like the bounty from the sea, like the sound of a laughter from a Cebuana brightens up your day. Oh, that lovely Cebuana, captivating smile.
Please welcome Miss Cebu 2022 official candidates.
Like the beauty of the sunset, like the beat of the drum, the energy that's from within, like the sound of a thunder, like the sight of a lightning, takes your breath away. Oh, that lovely Cebuana.
And my advocacy is height discrimination and pageantry. As you can tell, I am candidate number 1, so I am the shortest among the batch. But I want to prove to you that my height is not my definition of weakness, especially here in Miss Cebu 2022.
No one else, so good to be real. The beauty from the south, simply Cebuana, like the Fiesta Islands magic, the fancy barefoot movements, the sound of the trumpet.
My advocacy was more on the street children, and it's more of like I want to create a program wherein we bring opportunities to the kids. So we'll create a coaster for the kids where we can provide medical needs, educational needs, and at the same time I want to sideline that I'm a singer-songwriter, and in order for me to help promote tourism, I want to create a song, which I already did, but it's still a work in progress, and create a music video featuring the beautiful sights of Cebu, especially to those that are still to be announced and to be rediscovered.
Wherever you may go, wherever you may be.
So my advocacy is actually education for the underprivileged youth. Since I am a student right now, suffering from online classes, and I'm actually quite lucky and grateful since I have a stable internet connection. I have gadgets, but others do not. And I have met a lot of street children as well, similar to our advocacies, and it's very difficult for them to have access to education. And I believe that education should be a right and not a privilege, so that's why I advocate for education for the underprivileged youth. Thank you.
Beneath your feet, like the soft wind calling, like the April sun.
So one quote that I actually hold very dearly to my heart is, if you can be anything, be kind. And I think that the value of kindness is highlighted in the advocacies that I have, that I mentioned earlier, which is animal welfare, environmental conservation, and mental health awareness. Because I think that with my advocacies, we're not only encouraged to be kind to one another, but also to be kind to animals. And given that we're facing a very heavy problem with climate change and global warming, also to the environment. Thank you.
Wherever you may go, wherever you may be, the beauty of a Cebuana will put a smile on you.
Hi, good afternoon. I am Pearl. I am a public servant. I am actually a lady enforcer, and my advocacy is road safety. Simply because I want to help preserve the value of the human lives through road safety. As I quote, I remember telling our tourist bus drivers yesterday that you are the ones who will give the first impression to our tourist visitors in Cebu City. So I want you to show them that Cebu is a road safe city. Thank you.
My advocacy is architecture, conservation, and social consciousness. I'm an architecture graduate and a freelance digital artist. And I see it very important that the youth today and the people see the importance of the iconic architectures in the city, and to see the value of our history, because that is what Cebu is all about. The arts and the crafts and all the talents that we have. Thank you.
Simply like no one else, so good to be real.
Advocacy is youth empowerment through education. For years, I've been living with street children around our area, and they even became my best friends. I see their will and compassion to learn. However, they do not have the financial support. That is why one day I want to be their voice, and I also want to support them financially. And lastly, I want to remind them to never give up because everything will be worth it in the end. Thank you.
Like the April sun on a perfect day, like the bounty from the sea, like the sound of a laughter from a Cebuana, brightens up your day. Oh, that lovely Cebuana, captivating smile.
My advocacy is health education and health information dissemination, which I believe is really timely and relevant right now. Most especially that we're experiencing a really sad time with the pandemic. I believe that the organization can help me with my advocacy. I would hope to leave a mark in the hearts of the Cebuanos that education is very important, most especially health education and vaccination. So that is it. Thank you.
Wherever you may go, wherever you may be, the beauty of a Cebuana will put a smile on you. Simply like no one else, so good to be real. The beauty.
To explain my advocacy, for the past 3 years I've been someone new. I founded my own project in 2018 called the Green Wave, and now it's retitled to the Green Wave Cebu because I do plan, whether or not I win the crown, with people that I meet through this, I do want to expand my project further than Mandaue where it did start. And so, but I also thought, as a beauty queen, we can have our own advocacies, but what's very important to me is that you're aware of what's going on in the world and you assess where you can provide something. And so for me, because we are going through a pandemic right now, I wanted to also focus as a medical student on personal hygiene, because a lot of the conditions that are passing around, not only coronavirus, but also some gastrointestinal conditions, they're so rampant in the communities when all you can do to prevent that, one thing, hand wash. Yesterday was Global Hand Washing Day, and so the Green Wave is launching a new project, actually to be launched today when I get home. I will make my graphics and all that for that, but it's called Sabon Sobuanon. So I'll be working with hotels around the city, and we'll be recycling soap and having classes with children all over Cebu. So that is my advocacy. Thank you.
So good to be real. The beauty from the south, the beauty from the south. The beauty from the south, simply Cebuana.
The tourism industry has been hardly hit by this pandemic, and a lot of livelihoods, a lot of businesses has been destroyed, and a lot of people lost their jobs, including myself. That is why I am focusing myself on the tourism, on the rebuilding of our tourism. Because I want to be able to do that our tourism will be sustainable and resilient in the future. Through tourism digitalization, we'll be able to reach not just domestic travelers, but also international travelers. And also, I want to educate people the importance and also the advantages of getting vaccinated so that we'll be able to move forward, restore, and reactivate our tourism industry. Thank you.
That's from within, like the sound of a thunder, like the sight of a lightning, takes your breath away. Oh, that lovely Cebuana, simply Cebuana. Wherever you may go, wherever you may
My advocacy is simply, I want to raise awareness to mental health education because during the pandemic, it made us vulnerable. It challenges us in different ways that we didn't imagine. So I want to be that person who inspires other youth and millennials. During the pandemic, I actually lived independently, supporting my own. I am a dance lister in University of Cebu, and I'm also working as a call center agent as a part-time job. And life was very, very hard, but here I am because I was able to reach out, and that is what I want to give to everyone. And I want everyone to be a good listener. And in able to help others, if you're being able to listen to them, that would be a great help. And that is my advocacy. Thank you.
Wherever you may go, wherever you may be, the beauty of a Cebuana will put a smile on you.
Now, my advocacy is something that I hold very close to my heart because it is one common thing that I share with my parents, which is empowering the youth through education and service. I grew up with two socially involved parents who have a passion for serving the people of Cebu, and that is actually, in fact, the reason why I joined pageants. It is my advocacy that is my driving motivation, and with that, I was able to serve the people of 𝗕𝗏 and Mandaue, and hopefully I can do the same in Cebu. And what I did differently this year is that I made an advocacy that can be applied during the pandemic. Because when you think about youth education, it requires hands-on and interaction. But my plan for my advocacy is that I want to donate a Wi-Fi box to the different barangay gyms in Cebu so that people can have access to education, because education is not always formal. It could also be informal through simply reading the news, through being socially aware of what's happening around you. And through this, I hope that I can be able to serve the people of Cebu. Thank you.
Let's all give them a big round of applause.
Simply like no one else, so good to be with.